Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Don. We are back with another video. I think you guys all know why I'm here today. What am I doing here? Why am I even back making videos? I keep lying to the people, talking about how I'm supposed to be back for good, then I disappear for a week and a month, 2, 3 months. But you know what? The truth is that there hasn't really been any steady news to report. There's little things here and there. When it comes to Draymond, KD, stuff like that. But we're not talking about that. We are talking about the New York Knicks, my guys, my team. So let's get into that today. Oh my God, we have traded the unicorn. New York Knicks have traded the unicorn away. Isn't this crazy though? Like, if you think about it, the New York Knicks are doing what they need to do, and I got a lot to talk about. So stay with me here. Grab some popcorn, grab some water, grab snacks. I don't even know what you eat, but whatever you're doing, don't go anywhere, because the New York Knicks finally make a move. That makes sense. All of this was happening makes sense. And that's not something that you usually associate the Knicks with, making sense. Usually they do things rushed, they do things under pressure. They seem to want to cater to the city more than the actual fans, because New York is big. There are a lot of people who live in New York City who do not have a clue about basketball. And that's over the years. That's one thing that has hurt the real fans like me, for example, because you always felt like it was more of a catering towards getting the crowd in the arena. Not that we have problems doing that, but I always felt like, as a basketball fan, if you're living in any of the boroughs, you follow the Knicks all your life, and never had the Knicks really had an opportunity to do anything good up until now. And they start off by making probably one of the best moves they have made in the last 10 years. And I will tell you why. Listen. Porzingis is a good player. Not a bad player. But if you believe that Kristaps Porzingis was going to carry the New York Knicks to any type of championship, you are delusional. You are completely delusional. Here's why. He's weak. Tall, 7'3". Always looked like he was one step away from really injuring himself really badly. Now, granted, yeah, he injured his ACL eventually, but even in his highlight package, sometimes the way KP moves, he's just made out of paper, man. And it's like the scenario. I know I've mentioned it before on the channel here. You might want to check it out. I have plenty of other videos. So if this is your first time, I appreciate the support, by the way, that I continue to get, whether I'm at school or I'm at work. Like, people remember that you make videos. So I appreciate the fact that people are still looking out for me, asking me when I make videos. I always respect that. I really do. But yeah, my thing with KP was that if you looked at his game, the biggest summary of KP's game is the fact that he would struggle to play against Draymond Green, who's like 3 or 4 inches shorter than him. You know what I mean? That already, like, look at his highlights. Go check out some of KP's highlights, and how many people is he really posterizing, backing him up into the paint? Probably 0 to none, because he doesn't have the strength to do that. At his size, if he had the strength, he would be an unstoppable force. But this right here will always limit KP. He's not Dirk. He has the size. He can shoot over a lot of people. But unfortunately, what the Mavericks are going to realize is that he demands the ball so much so that there are plays that are going to be taken away from Luka. You guys will see that there's a lot to KP's game that has not even been developed yet. And you're saying, well, the Knicks have done that. I mean, the Knicks tried. It's kind of hard to develop a player who is consistently hurt, He misses like 30 games here or so, injury or whatever alone. But that's just, I'll get back to KP in a second, but that's the first portion of this. Second portion is Knicks as a franchise. Because along with KP, we got Hardaway, Lee, and also Trey Burke. I'm not sure if Trey Burke actually went. I'm reading here the Mavs are sending. So these are the draft picks. So I'll read it from the top to bottom so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. According to ESPN, Wojnarowski, the Mavs are sending 2021 unprotected first round pick and 2023 protected first round pick to New York. Right? Great. New York Knicks will receive that pick unprotected depending on when that happens. Either 23 or 24. Okay. The New York Knicks are trying to position themselves to have a chance to get the big boys. Get a KD, get a Kyrie. Kyrie is watching everything that happens. Even as of today, Kyrie is like, I respect the Knicks for doing what they're doing. Why? Because they know that Kyrie Irving does want to play in New York. Kyrie Irving don't want to play in Boston. There's a reason why even AD came out today and said, you know what, I don't want to play in Boston. Because if you're a superstar and you go to Boston, that means one of the guys that are there now will have to leave you. If it's a Jaylen Brown, if it's a Tatum packaged with a Horford or a Hayward. And you got to ask yourself, would you really be in a situation where you can win there? Because you'll be a superstar with a star. Boston has already proven that they're not good enough to go all the way. You know what I mean? Go all the way. Therefore, I say what the New York Knicks are doing now. For example, now that Tim Hardaway is gone with Courtney Lee, you have like $89 million in cap. Think about that. $89 million, which pretty much guarantees you 2 superstars. Not to mention the 2 first-round picks that you have. Go for a Zion. Why not? You already, and I didn't even mention yet who you're receiving in return. You're getting Dennis Smith. He has star potential. Dennis Smith honestly has star potential. Way better point guard than anybody on the Knicks right now. Who would be a better? Tell me in comment section. Who would be a better point guard right now than Dennis Smith on the Knicks? Exactly. You got Wesley Matthews and DeAndre Jordan as well. Even though I think those guys won't stay, they'll probably be packaged at some time for somebody else. But just think about that. Because now you have, in New York, you have building blocks. You actually have building blocks to build something. It's funny. If you look at the Knicks now, if you really wanted to win a championship, if you're AD, if you're KD, if you're Kawhi, you say, wow. All of a sudden, New York is becoming very attractive. Why? You don't have to deal with a LeBron in LA. One, which is stacked already in the West. So if you go and play with LeBron, don't think that you're going to be walking to the finals, because you got a James Harden, you still got a Steph Curry, you still got a Klay Thompson, which I don't think is going to go anywhere, right, in the West. You got a Dallas now, also in the West. If you're looking at the East, you're saying, well, Kawhi might go to Lakers. Yeah, but then Kawhi would have the same problem in the West. Look at the East. Who's the second best team in the East? Probably Milwaukee, right? You don't think that if you got a team of KD, if you got a team of KD and Kyrie, or you got a team of Kawhi and Kyrie, you're not beating Milwaukee? With the youth that the Knicks still have in Knox and Dennis Smith and the first round picks that you can potentially get this year in the draft, the New York Knicks are making a move for the first time in almost 15 or 20 years that can put them in some type of position to have instant success. The New York Knicks know what they're doing now. Believe me. You guys can laugh all you want to, and maybe I'm too optimistic. But you know what? There's a lot of things that people don't know about Kristaps Porzingis. For example, that he's a bit of a crybaby sometimes. He tends to get agitated. You know, he'll start complaining to the media about how tired he is. These are not things that you want to hear from your superstar. And let's be honest, the only reason we gave KP that superstar status is because we really hadn't had a good player for a long time. So it was easy to gravitate towards that. But we didn't need him. It was never a question of, oh man, with Kristaps, we're going to win championship. Kristaps would need to recruit, and nobody wants to play with him. Well, at least not in this situation. Nothing against KP personally, but he just doesn't have the team. The New York Knicks are the most attractive place in the NBA right now. Even if KD, so, and if you don't believe me, answer this question for me. If KD wouldn't go to New York, where would he go? Answer that question. Where would he go? Stay in Golden State? You said okay. Let's do the math. If he stays in Golden State, somebody is gonna have to drop. They can't keep Boogie. They probably won't keep Draymond. They'll sign Clay to the extension. You still have Steph, Clay, KD. Somehow it's gonna have to battle against Harden every night. Still gonna have to battle against LeBron, assuming he might even get AD. And let's not forget about AD, because AD knows damn well he can still end up in New York. Well, what I'm telling you guys, the New York Knicks are in positions to make moves. Could they mess it up? Yeah, maybe. But if you've been following the way I've been following, I know I haven't made the videos because I haven't really felt that obligated to make one until right now. But you let me know in the comment section. You don't think this is different? You think this is the same old Knicks? I'll tell you one thing. Yesterday when I saw that KP was traded, I was surprised. But I was also, in a way, I was satisfied with the fact that somebody in that office is taking command. And I know it's not just Coach Fizdale. You know, Dolan is staying out the way. Somebody is saying, listen, let's get something going here. You cannot tell me that the New York Knicks are not in the best position right now in the NBA. You can build through the draft. You got 2 first-round draft picks, potential Zion. You already got a point guard in Dennis Smith that probably won't be your starting point guard by next summer because you're trying to get a Kyrie. If you get a Kyrie and a KD with Dennis Smith as your backup, you got Kevin Knox as a second-year player. You got potential a first-round draft pick, maybe even Zion or somebody that has a Donovan Mitchell potential, maybe 4th or 5th pick. You don't know. Not to mention that you can sign probably even another player if you traded Cantor, for example. And I didn't really get into Cantor because it's not important. Don't really think it's that important because I don't think he will stay at the Knicks long anyway. Past this year. DJ's contract is only 1 year. And I know I'm ranting, but like I just want to get the thoughts out, and now I want to hear from you guys. But what do you guys think? Same old Knicks? They're gonna mess it up and ruin everything, or is there actually a plan? Because even if 60% is right, let's say out of KD and Kyrie you only get 1, that's not bad. That's not bad because you can still sign somebody. You can trade the cap. But I think Kyrie's looking in New York's direction. And secretly, I think AD is looking in New York's direction too. I don't know about KD. KD is he's unpredictable these days because he's kind of feeling himself now that he went to Golden State. But we don't know. But it's your boy Don. Let me know in the comment section, man. I went way over my 10-minute limit. But I just wanted to get that out there because I think that the New York Knicks are up to something. But I could be wrong. So let your boy Don know in the comment section. Like, comment, rate, subscribe, man. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace. I'm out.